Welcome back, Sethbling here. That was Pachelbel's Canon in D, and this is my Redstone guitar. I know it looks a bit funny and a bit squat, but that's because it has all the redstone inside necessary to act like a real guitar. Now I know FB Disco did a guitar of his own, but this one's a little bit different. If you look real closely, you can see there's some tripwire here. And this tripwire is the high E string on the guitar, and there's 6 strings in total. And if I actually go through and trigger the tripwires, any guitar player will recognize those sounds immediately as strumming a guitar without fingering it, without putting down any fingers on any of the frets. Do it again. And so this does work like a real guitar. There's these wood pressure plates that represent the places that you can put down a finger. So if I go ahead and just step down right here, it's a bit different than the open string if I didn't have any fingers. And do it up here too. And you'll have to excuse the piston sound, but it was kind of necessary to get the redstone to work. But these are wood pressure plates, so you don't have to actually stand on it manually, because that would make it impossible to do things like chords, really. So you can also put down any item that will trigger a wood pressure plate, for instance a boat. That's why I'm holding boats. So you can just put that down there. I'm going to do a little G chord right here. That goes there, and that goes there, and that's it. And now if I just strum the guitar, that's a G chord. G major. Pretty cool. So you can put down any items you want to mimic fingering any chord you want. And so that does work quite like a real guitar. I do actually play guitar myself. I've played for many years now, like 8 or so. And so I have a little bit of experience with this, and that's why I was able to make the guitar. Now, this is a fairly realistic representation. For instance, if I play the sound right here, that's that note. If I put a boat down here, it'll play the higher note. So it always plays the highest note that you have selected. And if I step down here, yep. So that's just like a real guitar, you know. Whatever the highest point on the guitar is that you're touching on the string, that's what note is going to play. So let's rip it apart and actually take a look at the redstone. So here's a little slice of the guitar. This is just the low E string, and if I play it, yep, just the low E string. I've still got one boat down here representing a finger on the 3rd fret of that E string, and so we can see there's a bunch of pistons down below. They get triggered by all of the wood pressure plates above, and over here is where the tripwire actually interacts with some redstone. So there's just a little monostable circuit here. Whenever the tripwire gets turned on, this redstone is going to turn on for just a moment, just a couple tenths of a second. And if you look, what's going to happen is the redstone signal will travel all the way down here, all the way down until it hits this block. This blocks the signal from going any further, because redstone can't go past it. But the redstone will also power this diamond block here, which triggers the 3rd note block. So it's actually a very simple mechanism for deciding which note to play, and I'm really happy with how simple it turned out. I love it when I can have something so elegant in order to, recreate an effect like this. So if I put a boat down here, well, actually let me do it farther up so you can see it pulsing. So look at this line and watch as I put it here. It's going to pulse on, and that's what we saw. It pulsed on. This piston pushed down and prevented the signal from going any further, and also made this note block play. Very simple. So you can, of course, download this guitar for yourself, not just this slice, of course, the whole guitar, and check it out, rip it apart if you want, and look at the insides. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.